Something I need to do today, and that is make a meal. I am not a good meal making person. I don't have a great relationship with food. I will literally just rather buy McDonald's than to spend like 30 or more minutes making a meal. If it takes more than 10 minutes to make, I won't make it. And most of the time I find myself eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches or a thin slice of prosciutto on a piece of sourdough bread, which isn't the healthiest. And more often than not, because I'm such a bad cook and that I didn't really teach myself ever how to cook, I will buy food online. And now I've looked at my account and I'm like, okay, I have racked up a lot of dollars buying food and it's just not worth it. And I decided for myself and for the betterment of future Jenna and her habits that I should probably learn how to cook. On a side note, I'm working on cleaning my room right now because anytime I start a project, I make a mess, and I usually start like 5 projects at the same time because my brain can't comprehend finishing one thing. So, that's the issue I'm dealing with right now. And I'm in the middle of cleaning my laundry, but I ran out of quarters. I only have 4 rounds of laundry, but it costs $2 per load of laundry, and our laundry machine is so small. So I gotta spend like $10 every time I do the laundry. It really kind of sucks. So I need to get more quarters. I collected my dollars, put them in my pocket, and I'm gonna exchange them, and I hope that people exchange for quarters because now all of a sudden a lot of stores are just not keeping change. Like they're just equaling out to only full units. So, which kind of sucks. I mean, there's so many restaurants nowadays that are just like rounding up or rounding down. So apparently nobody's keeping coins anymore, and I'm hoping I can get an exchange for free because I need like 40 quarters. But to save money on laundry, I have started air drying my clothes. I just bought this cheap like $8 rack from Target, and I just dry it there. So let's go get some quarters for our laundry and get some ingredients for our recipe that we're making. Ready to go. So I was supposed to go biking to the grocery store, which would have made things a lot easier because then I can just carry my groceries on the handles. But as soon as I walked out my door, I realized my bike wasn't there because I actually left it at work the other day. Now I'm going on my skateboard. Upon entering the store, I finally found Mr. Feastables. It's so cool to see how many YouTuber products there are in grocery stores. So I haven't been to the grocery store in a good while, so I totally forgot how crazy these prices are. For example, I literally found cereal for $6.29. I mean, I used to pay like maximum $3 for cereal. No, it gets worse because these Reese's Puffs, okay, are practically the cost of like an entire car. And when I thought that was the worst it could get, it gets worse. $10 cereal, okay? $10 for like, who are you? What is this? Is this even real? Is there gold in this cereal? Like why? I can buy like a whole meal like with meat and vegetables and noodles for like the same price. And don't get me started on the prices of things that are not cereal because there's $18 syrup. $18. Oh, no, that's not the worst it can get because actually, wait, oh, there's $24 syrup. At this point, I'm kind of doubting if it was really cheaper for me to go to the grocery store and buy the ingredients at this point because I think it would have been cheaper to get like one of the $4 meals at McDonald's across the grocery store. But my journey will not end here because I challenged myself to make a meal and I shall make it. The first ingredient was 1 pound of ground beef. I love meal shield for $4.99, but it was 3 pounds, so basically $15. And so I went for a generic Kroger beef because it was all I could afford. I came here with a $25 budget. Okay, and I was not gonna sacrifice that budget for some grass-fed, organic, no hormone, perfectly polished, purified, baptized cow, okay? I like my cows cheap, and so that's why I got $5 meat. After getting the meat, I was trying to find some Monterey Jack cheese. I've never heard of that cheese before. So instead, I got provolone and mozzarella cheese, because that's the extent of my cheese knowledge. I figured cheese is cheese, and this cheese just happened to be on sale. Next up, tomato paste and diced tomatoes in a can. This grocery store was pretty big, and the food was categorized based on country, so naturally I thought that these items would be in none other than the Italian section. And I was right. I was finding my ingredients left and right, and I was grocery shopping like a champion. So I became so bold as to add some ingredients of my own, including mushrooms and spinach. These peaches were intimidating, but I couldn't risk going over my budget for them. And the last ingredient was 6 bell peppers, and oh my god, they were on sale. Upon leaving the store, I noticed another energy drink. Like, there's so many brands. I have no clue how people keep up with all these brands. It's just like a new energy drink popping up every day, and I'm so confused. The total cost for all the ingredients was $21. So overall, for feeding 3 people, me, my mom, and my boyfriend, I think that I did a pretty successful job at saving money. So the recipe I'm making is stuffed bell peppers, and I chose this recipe because I had pretty much most of the ingredients at home, and I just needed a couple to buy at the store, which would keep my costs relatively low. The total time it took to make this, according to the recipe, is 1 hour and 30 minutes, but let me tell you, it took me a lot longer than that. Just a disclaimer. The total time it took me to go all the way to the grocery store and cook and finish preparing my meal took a total of 6 hours. And it also says on the recipe that it yields 6 servings. And my boyfriend ate pretty much 80% of the servings himself. So I would say that this is good for 3 people. If you want to cook this recipe and you look at the video and you're like, wow, this looks like the best thing on earth, even though what I made looks kind of like donkey trash, you can follow the recipe right here. It's this one. It's from delish.com, and I'll link it down below in the description. So I needed $8 worth of quarters, but I only got $4 worth of quarters, so that's a little bit of a problem. I've been talking to all these places, and apparently nobody had quarters to give me except Papa John's, so thank you, Papa John's. This is why living in the suburbs really sucks, because the trip to the grocery store and back just to get 10 items took 2 hours, and I'm not even home yet. And it's already been 2 hours because you need a car to go everywhere around here. So it's also very discouraging when it comes to cooking, and I'm already at the point where I don't want to cook because it's going to take an additional hour to prepare the ingredients and cook and whatever. So I already have a little bit of anxiety about this, but it's okay. Let's just keep going. And let's get this cooking done. It's a simple recipe, and I got all the ingredients, and half the ingredients are in a can, so it's okay. I'm at the laundry place downstairs, my apartment. It's been sitting there for 2 hours because of my grocery trip, so I'm gonna go take it out and put it to dry. Let's get to cooking. The air conditioning in my apartment does not work, so it is so hot. It's in the middle of July, and I gotta open the refrigerator to keep cool. Ingredient number 1 is to wash your hands. The first step is to preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm supposed to measure half a cup of rice for this recipe, and this container came with my rice cooker, so can I use this one or do I have to use like one of those bigger ones? Is the onion rotten if it's like blue? Yeah, it turns out that this meant that it was spoiled. Oh my god, look how green and beautiful this is. My mom's gonna kill me for not buying organic spinach, but I can't afford organic spinach. The price difference is nuts. Oh, I don't know how you're supposed to separate spinach, but I don't think it's like that. Okay. Why do they water the vegetables at grocery stores? Like, what's the reason? Is it gonna spoil if it's not wet? Okay, time for the tomato paste. I don't know how to open a can. I don't think I've ever done this before. Oh my god, this smells like pizza. I'm gonna scoop this spoon with another spoon. Spoonception. Okay, so I've pretty much prepared the whole recipe. The only thing that's left is to cut the peppers. Since the recipe called for 6 peppers, I couldn't help myself but to buy 2 of each color of pepper that they had at the grocery store. Yellow. Red. I love it. It's so aesthetic. Ooh. Then you must also remove the inside of the peppers. Ta-da! It's empty. It's a bowl now for all our ingredients, and we're gonna stuff this pepper. My rice is ready. I think I put too much water. I just burnt my hand opening the rice cooker. You can't see it, but I feel it. On another note, I'm ready to cook now. To medium heat. Ooh.
You take the rack out and then